Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into an important and timely discussion: why are HIV medications so expensive and what can be done about it? This is a question that impacts the lives of many people who rely on life-saving drugs, but also face significant financial burdens. Let's explore the history, reasons behind the high costs, and what actions can be taken to lower these prices. If you find this video useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications for more updates. Now, let's get into it. The Daraprim controversy. The conversation around the high cost of HIV medications was reignited back in 2015 when Pharmaceutical CEO Martin Shkreli sparked outrage. He raised the price of Daraprim, a generic drug used to treat a parasitic infection common among people with HIV, by more than 5,500%, increasing its cost from $13.50 per pill to a staggering $750 per pill overnight. This wasn't just an isolated incident, but a stark example of how drug prices can skyrocket, even for older, essential medications. Although Shkreli later agreed to lower the price, the case raised serious questions about how drugs are priced and what protections exist to ensure affordability for patients. How are drug prices set? Now, how do pharmaceutical companies set these high prices? You might assume there's some form of regulation in place, but in the US there is no national price control system for medications. This is what experts refer to as a market-driven system. Essentially, prices are dictated by what the market will bear, not by any government-imposed limits. Courtney Mulhern-Pearson from the San Francisco AIDS Foundation explains that drug prices drop when there's competition. However, when there is no competition, as was the case with newer hepatitis C drugs like Harvoni and Sovaldi, prices can remain extremely high. Gilead Sciences, the manufacturer of these drugs, was able to price them at a premium because they were marketed as a cure for hepatitis C, with no other similar treatments available at the time. Recouping research development costs. Pharmaceutical companies often justify high prices by pointing to the substantial costs of research and development. Developing a new drug can take years, if not decades, and the process involves numerous trials, regulatory approvals, and expenses. Companies need to recoup these costs, plus make a profit. But how do we know what's a fair price? David Evans from the Fair Pricing Coalition explains that determining the cost of research is complex because much of the pricing process is hidden from the public. He adds that while it's essential to encourage innovation, we also need to ensure that prices don't become prohibitive for those who need these medications the most. Who pays for high-priced drugs? So, who actually ends up paying these high prices? Well, it's a combination of consumers, insurers, and federal or state assistance programs. Health insurance plans often negotiate prices with pharmaceutical companies. The more clients they have, the better they can negotiate lower prices. However, in cases where insurers cannot secure lower prices, the cost is shifted to the consumer through higher copays. For instance, some HIV medications might end up on what's called a specialty tier, meaning they come with a higher out-of-pocket cost for the patient. This could mean the difference between paying a $10 monthly copay and paying $50 or more for the same medication. Federal programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and the AIDS Drug Assistance Program (ADAP) also negotiate prices. However, even with these programs, patients can sometimes face significant costs, especially if they don't qualify for additional assistance. Transparency and solutions for lowering costs. So, what can be done to lower these high prices? One major area of focus is transparency. The Fair Pricing Coalition advocates for drug manufacturers to be transparent about the true costs of producing medications. How much does it actually cost to research, develop, and manufacture these drugs? If companies are more open about this process, lawmakers and consumer advocates can push for fairer prices. There's also a need for more robust government intervention. Some lawmakers have proposed setting limits on drug prices, or at least introducing some kind of regulatory oversight. Right now, the US is one of the few countries where drug manufacturers can essentially charge whatever they want. David Evans also points out that it's not just up to the pharmaceutical companies. Health insurers need to be more transparent about their costs and processes so that consumers are not caught in the middle, paying higher premiums and copays without knowing why. Advice for consumers facing high drug costs. What can you do if you're facing high drug costs? Courtney Mulhern-Pearson advises consumers to carefully review their health insurance plans, particularly during open enrollment periods. Make sure you know how your medications are tiered and how much you will be expected to pay out of pocket each month. For those living with HIV, programs like ADAP can provide significant assistance. Pharmaceutical companies also offer patient assistance programs that can help lower your costs. It's important to take advantage of these options if you qualify. Why political engagement matters. Lastly, one of the most important ways to address high drug prices is through political engagement. Drug pricing is an issue that affects everyone, regardless of political affiliation, and voters can hold their representatives accountable. It's essential to get involved in the political process, whether through voting or advocating for policy changes that address the rising costs of medications. To wrap up, the cost of HIV medications and other life-saving drugs is a complex issue with no easy solutions. It's a balancing act between encouraging pharmaceutical innovation and ensuring that patients can afford the treatments they need to live healthy lives. While there's no magic fix, transparency, advocacy, and political engagement are key factors in driving change. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on drug pricing and what solutions you believe could make a difference.